go from real time to minutes or seconds to hours. Take away the phone, and now what do we have?
Letters.
Okay, we have handwritten letters. So how long could that take?
Days.
Days. Take away handwritten letters in the post office. What do you have? Walking. Well, let's before walking, some kind of transportation. Right? Cars. Trolley. Okay. So then you have, right? And then walking. So you have years. Months. We'll go back to the 15th century. How did you communicate?
I always have horses.
Right, horses? And then eventually forms of transportation for months, and then days, hours, minutes, and time. So the information exchange rate has now accelerated down to 0. Now, this would be dynamic enough, but let's take a look at the other triangle. Whoops. Oh, you can't write over. It's the complete opposite. Think for a moment. Use the quiz questions I just gave you. Now what is the opposite triangle telling us? If this triangle goes from more, right, is the information exchange rate, the speed by which you transfer information from one point of the globe to the other, then what is this? Not your communication skills, no. The amount of information produced. Thank you. It's the amount. So what does it mean?
Shut up.
Look at the two triangles together. It means that with each passing year, there's more and more information being produced, and we're exchanging that information faster than ever before. Now, why is that relevant? You're caught up in it. You don't even know you're caught up in it. Well, now you do. And in 20 years, this will still be real time, but the amount of information will continue to soar. So why is that relevant? Why does a junior in high school, a junior in college, why does anyone need to know this? All right, you rely on your technology, but it's more than that. You're producing the information. But not only are you producing the information, what else are you doing? You're using the information. How many have downloaded something from the internet for any purpose whatsoever? How many have created content? How many have created content? What does create content mean? Have you made a video, a blog, a vlog? Do you have a MySpace, a Facebook? Have you commented on someone's picture? You've created content. That was never before possible. You can actually now write your own book. Go to lulu.com and publish it and start selling it. People often say, I wish I could get a book publisher. You don't need a book publisher now. I wish I could publish my own song. You can. Create the digital file, upload it, start selling it. There's nothing in your way anymore except your own excuses. And it's called the creative economy for a reason. Because you can create any content that you want for almost nothing, for literally close to 0, if you find the right websites and use the right resources. So the world in which you live is giving you more information than you need. There's a book which I will tell you, but you will probably never read it. It's called Revolutionary Wealth by Albert and Heidi Toffler. They're futurists. They've been around for 40 years. Their latest book introduces a new term called opsonology, combining obsolete and knowledge. Which means because of this, because of the information being exchanged in real time and the amount of information being produced exceedingly within each year, every decision that you make is based on obsolete knowledge or opsonology. Because somewhere in the world, oh, I erased it. The 6.7 billion people, actually the 1.5 billion that have access to the internet, they're creating content. They're doing something that might, just might, help you with your decision. Now you don't know that because you don't have the time to do all the research possible. So we're always making decisions on 70 or 80% of what we need to know. And if you study military strategy, That's what military tacticians do. When you're a soldier in the field, you don't have 100% of the information. You base a decision on what you know at the time. 70 or 80% of what you have, that's all you can go on. So when you make a decision, realize that somewhere in the world, there's more information being produced that you don't know. And you may never know, because you don't have the time to do the research. And that could influence your decision. That's why companies now hire teams of people just to research the internet and find out what's being said about them. Any brain team, a brain team sells you Coke, and your Abercrombie and Fitch, any of the clothes that you guys wear. There's teams of people in companies that are spying on you on the internet to make sure that what you're saying about the company is a good thing. And if it's not, then they combat it. And there's a whole science now that's taking place. These are jobs that never existed before. And in fact, the jobs you'll have after college probably don't even exist now. Because of this. Because of this. Does that make sense, the triangles? It's exceedingly important. And your college essays will probably talk about these two triangles. They may not say it directly, but it's certainly something that you can anchor into an essay. I can't really stress enough how important it is to understand the two opposing triangles. The amount of information being produced keeps increasing each year, while our ability to transfer it is already down into zero in real time. There's an overwhelming amount of information. We can't keep up with it. All right, so let's go back to the next question on the worksheet. What forms of communication exist? Now here, what I want you to do is, if you can work with the person next to you or your group, don't yell across the room if you can. But there's really, I actually put myself through all these exercises. I never have my attendees do something that I myself don't do. So I came up with 5 forms of communication. 5 forms of communication, not examples of forms, but just forms. So you can work within your row, your partner next to you, and just think of 5 forms. Write it. I'll give you guys 2 or 3 minutes to brainstorm.